Brittany, what do you think is the biggest mistake that farmers make when it comes to marketing grain? Other than, oh, we sold and the market's now going to go up and we could have gotten a better price. Like what should they be on the lookout for?
So I actually have two. Number one relates back to what you just said, where you have this feeling of almost buyers, or in this case, sellers' remorse. So number one is that a lot of people don't take the time to create a grain marketing plan. So I don't enjoy setting goals, so I understand the hesitation to doing this, but the plan is really a way to help you make confident decisions and take some emotion out of it, because it can get pretty emotional. You're not only watching the price change right after you decide to make a sale, but you also put a lot of time, energy, and money into this crop you're producing. So it never feels like you're getting paid enough for what you've put into that crop. So a great grain marketing plan doesn't have to be anything complex. You really just have to have, number one, your cost of production and break even figured out, your number of marketable bushels, and then understand your price targets. So look at where the market is at now. Right now, we're in a different market environment than we have been in the previous years. So in previous years, you may have said, I want my first sale to be at my break even, because at least you know you're not losing money. So maybe your first sale is a percentage of your production at break even, and then the following price targets should align with some profit goals you want. Maybe you want to make $10 an acre. What does that equate to per bushel? And then you can put those prices in even with your grain buyer as offers. So if your next price target is $4 cash, you can say, hey, talk to your elevator, say, I want $4, I'll sell 10,000 bushels. You'll usually pick that bushel amount based on what percentage of your production you want to sell with each sale. And with that offer, if it's a firm bid offer, if the market reaches $4 cash, it will fulfill that contract. So if you're busy, like we all are, you just don't have time to watch the markets and catch it when it hits $4. So that can hit in the overnights as well, when your grain buyer couldn't pick up the phone even if they wanted to. And so that's helpful as well. So the grain marketing plan just takes out some of that emotion. So if you do sell at $4 and then it rallies to $4.50, at least you can feel somewhat at ease that hit your profit objective. And then you have another target following that. So that's my number one. Number two are the misconceptions that people have about what it means to be a good grain marketer. So I get the question a lot, or people want to learn more about futures and options trading, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I think they discount the value of being a better cash grain marketer. So as I mentioned with the different grain marketing options, there are different contract types that you can use in the cash grain market, like an HTA contract, which is essentially locking in your futures price. So similar to what you would do if you just did a futures contract separately. But if you know you're going to deliver to that grain buyer, you don't want to deal with margin calls, that can be a good option, but then it allows you to manage basis separately. So there are so many things, I think, in the cash market that if people took the time to understand, create a good grain marketing plan instead of just selling everything off the combine, for instance, they would improve their marketing so much before they even step into the world of futures and options.
Yeah, and that definitely, what you're talking about seems a lot more organized and sophisticated than, oh my gosh, the number on the screen says this, I have to call immediately. So yes. And I think it's such a big issue, right? Because this is whether or not you're going to pay off your inputs, whether or not you're going to make a profit, and how your family is going to be based on that crop. And so just taking some time, and I don't think it has to be anything that's ridiculously intensive or a 70-hour week or anything, but just taking some time to make sure you understand these things, to make sure that you have this grain marketing plan. I think that's a brilliant idea, and have a plan for what you're going to do. So I really appreciate that, and I encourage everybody, especially farmers who are looking to learn a little bit more about this process and how they can maybe have a little more control over the market and profitability, to sign up for your class, to follow you on social media, and kind of get those resources to jump into this.
Thank you.